Gran juego que empezamos a subir, después paramos por otros juegos y bueno. Lo vuelvo a subir porque ha habido gente que me lo ha pedido, ¿vale? Voy a comprar primero que se vea bien y tal. A ver, se escucha todo bien. Es lo que quiero comprobar. Imagino que sí, vamos, por lo que veo. Parece que sí. Vale, normas de humanidad y conducta decente. Hay que leer un libro, si recordáis. Un punto de habilidad en protocolo, ciencias, lógica, protocolo, engaño, política, distracción, política, erudición, lingüística, ocultismo, inquisición. A ver, yo creo que de momento el engaño o la distracción. Vamos a meter el engaño. Si recordáis, el último capítulo que subí era cuando bajamos aquí abajo y nos encontramos aquí a la madre, creo que fue, ¿no? ¿Era su madre o...?
Don't move.
Desconcertado.
Wait, I don't...
So you've come at last.
Easy.
Es su madre.
Let me turn around. Oh my God, Mother, what has happened to you?
Who are you?
What? But,
¿Cómo que?
Mother,
Who are you?
it's me, Louis, your son.
No, you lie. You won't catch me out like that. Louis isn't here. He obeys his mother. He would never have come here.
Mother, I don't know what you've been through, but lower your arm, please.
You think I was born yesterday, do you? But it won't work.
I'm begging you.
One day you will fall.
Mother!
Why are you here?
A ver.
Remember? Al-Azif?
I was sure.
Where's the book, Mother?
So that's what you want? Well, you will never find it. Emily died for that.
What's got into her?
You are evil incarnate. Every word that comes out of your mouth is sharper than a razor blade.
I don't wish you any harm. Really, Mother. It's me, Louis.
Don't speak to me about him. You will never get him.
Mother, stop torturing yourself. It really is me, Louis. How can I convince you?
If you really are who you say you are.
Hostias,
What
pues no me
was the
acuerdo.
saying I taught you?
A ver si me
You've been
acuerdo.
telling it to me since I was 3 years old, Mother. How could I ever forget it? Always keep your mind logical.
Abierta, abierta.
And open.
You knew it. You are smart. You're getting me muddled up. Tell me, rather, whose place were we at when I told you I was coming here?
Mother, I really am your son. You can't trick me. We were in Paris. We were investigating an art dealer.
His name?
Hostias. Vamos a ver. Porque todo esto me está pillando y no hace un montón de tiempo que no lo hemos tocado. Es decir... A ver... A ver, nos ha propuesto... ¿Cuánto nos ha propuesto exactamente? Porque... Voy a intentar hacer memoria porque si no otra cosa no... A ver, vamos a ver. Borcher creo que era, ¿no? O Bocher. Es decir, creo que era uno de estos dos.
I
Creo que era
just
este.
told you, you can't trick me. His name was von Borchert.
My God,
Ah, well, mira, sí.
everything is lost then. I refuse to believe it's really you, Louis. Otherwise, all this would be for nothing.
Mother, I don't know what happened to you, but don't worry. Everything is going to be fine. I'm here for you, and
No! I ordered you not to come with me.
I received a letter, and Lord Mortimer informed me of your disappearance. So I took the...
No! 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 It's not true. It's a nightmare. Don't tell me that. Have you spoken to him?
Oh, shit. She's completely panicked because I spoke to Mortimer. It seems she's afraid of what he might have said to me about her.
Did he speak to you?
Don't believe
estaba igual
it.
llegué.
I thought I'd meet him the moment I arrived, given the situation. But not at all. He didn't even bother to meet me in person.
I imagined that Elizabeth was still here. Very well. Logical and open, Louis. Since you arrived on the island, has anything strange happened to you?
Depends on what you mean by strange.
Encontré a mi madre con una mano menos. El asesinato de Elizabeth en visiones.
Everything I found in Lord Mortimer's secret study.
You managed to get past the nightmare? I'm proud of you, Louis. But that's not what I meant by strange.
He's nevertheless extending his influence across the world, Mother.
I know, but that's not what concerns me right now. I asked you if anything strange has happened to you personally.
¿Tener visiones?
Like me having visions, for example?
I knew it! It started! Oh,
Hell,
Louis,
she's
I just
panicking.
wish I...
Yes, it's happened to me. Like when I was a boy. I find myself in someone else's body for the space of a dream.
Have you ever dreamed of a different place to the one where you were sleeping, without being able to explain it?
No.
But Mother, don't worry. I'm not losing my mind. Everything is fine. You used to give me a concoction to calm me down when I was little. So, just make some for me once we get back home.
Migraines? Loss of consciousness? Loss of control?
No, rest assured. All is well. I promise you.
What else? If you really are who you say you are, then you'll do what I ask of you.
Which is...
A conference is going to be held. You will attend on my behalf.
No, wait, Mother. No one cares
You
about...
will be invited and you will go. Mortimer will present a project. Whatever this project is...
But-
Whatever the project is, I want you to learn as much as you can about it. You'll have to get by as best you can, but we must find out what it's about. Do you understand?
Don't you think that before all that, there are a few issues to be addressed?
Do you understand?
Yes. All right, I understand.
I'll explain afterward, but right now you must go to the conference. Go now!
You do realize you're still treating me like
Go!
If you aren't there when I get back, I warn you. One more thing, Mother. Emily Hillsborough, Emma's sister, came to this island looking for her sister. She probably won't hesitate to take revenge and...
It's the signal that the conference is starting, Louis. Don't be concerned about the Duchess. She's the last of our worries.
Vale. Mira, aquí hay algo. Vamos a coger. Ya está. Un comentario. Hola, Blackmoon. ¿Qué pasa, tío? Pues nada, voy a subir esto. Ya terminamos ayer Spider-Man. Lo tienes resubido por si quieres subir, por si quieres verlo. Y ahora quiero ver dónde tengo que ir. Y cuando, es decir, este juego seguramente sea un capítulo 2. Cuando tenga esto ya terminado subido, pues seguramente lo que te digo no tarde mucho. Pues me pondré ya con el Watch 2 que lo dejan instalando porque lo tenías instalado. Así que está instalando. Vamos a ver. Bueno, esto ahora para saber el sitio este de vuelta vamos a tener aquí 2 años. Vamos a ver. Vale, esto será para sentarse. La conferencia imagino que será aquí, ¿no? Por aquí.
Monsieur de Richet, you're the only one missing at the conference. Please join the guests. Monsieur de Richet, you're the only one missing at the conference. Please join the guests.
Pero entonces, ¿dónde es la reunión? Vamos a ver. Joder, me constipo, leche. Ay. Aquí no ves. Ay. Vamos a ver. A ver, vamos a ver. A ver si es arriba.
Monsieur de Richet, you are expected at the conference.
Vale, pero la
Please
conferencia
take the door
donde
to your
en
left
la
to
puerta de la
join the
izquierda.
guests.
Vale, esta es ahí, es ahí. Vale. Qué sala más rara, tío.
Respect to any other leading characteristic.
Totally wrong, I assure you.
I have suspected it for some time.
That does seem as if...
Vamos a ver. Habla con esta que la...
My son, glad you're here. It seems Lord Mortimer's been waiting for you to arrive before beginning. What a pity your mother isn't here for the conference. I hope I'll be able to see her before I leave. I still have a very important letter to give to her.
Feeling all right, Louis? You look like you're miles away.
Everything's fine. Don't worry.
Lord Mortimer wants to talk to you, Louis. Don't make him wait.
Indeed, I rather believe he did. I had something.
¿Qué hay aquí?
A fragment of amber.
Aquí está el gacho este.
I don't know if you ever found what you were looking for in the garden, but Mortimer is waiting for
Más
you.
tonto que las piedras,
I
este hombre.
suggest you get a move on.
You say it as if you were afraid of him. I sense that you have things you'd like to say, but something's holding you back. What is going on between you two?
Nothing. Absolutely nothing. I believed in him. I followed him to the best of my ability. I championed his ideas, defended his decisions, and then, without even realizing it, I became lost. The siren's song, Monsieur de Richet. You wake up one morning, not knowing where you are, and you think about everything you've done for a man who wasn't even worth it. For a man who has no respect for you, who uses you, and who drops you as soon as he no longer needs you. For me, it's too late now. But you still have a choice. Don't respond to his call, sir.
Ostras. ¿Qué hay aquí?
I have suspected it
Mira,
for some
Napoleón.
time, but now...
Good evening, gentlemen. Are we ready? The much-awaited conference is about to begin?
That is what we have all been waiting for.
I believe that Lord Mortimer wishes to speak to you before it begins.
Ya verás, se va a dar cuenta que hemos
You
estado en
should
su
go and
despacho o
see
algo de
him.
eso.
Are you quite sure, sir? Is there not
A chest with a motif representing the alchemical symbol of water.
last, and he could not help answering her, but she said he seemed quite angry at being spoken to.
But it is not sound. You know that it's not sound.
Your conjecture is totally wrong, I assure you.
I have suspected it for some time, but now I am convinced.
I have already told her so once, by your desire.
Are you quite sure, sir? Is there not a little mistake somewhere?
Está aquí, mírale.
Any other? Ah, Louis, I've been expecting you. Thank you for joining us. we are about to begin our conference. Let me explain what is at stake.
Thank you kindly, but what do you expect of me exactly? My mother's the one who's supposed to attend, not me.
That is indeed what was initially intended. Unfortunately, she still hasn't been found, and my guests can't stay here indefinitely. The conference must begin, and it would be truly beneficial to the Order to join in the project. Consequently, I would like you to replace her during her absence. What is at stake here is of the utmost importance.
It's important that the French Order gets their say. And should you need any advice, don't worry, you are not alone, Louis.
Very well.
Vale.
Can you give me a brief explanation of the aim of it all?
Of course, Louis, I was coming to that. The aim of these meetings is to bring together the most influential people in order to think together about the future.
But the future of who?
Of the world, Louis.
Our desire is to steer the destiny of our respective countries for the good of all, and to no longer suffer the random hazards of history.
¿Te mola este juego también, Black Wood, o no? ¿Cómo funciona la
In
conferencia?
concrete terms, how do you organize your discussions?
A conference is always organized the same way. There are two masters of ceremony who determine an important subject.
You and Sir Gregory, I presume.
Exactly. We shall be the masters of ceremony. It was our obligation to each bring to the table several guests in order to debate a subject. Once the debate is closed, a decision will be made by a vote of all the participants.
By a unanimous vote. If the project is not agreed on by all, then it will be rejected.
And neither of the two masters of ceremony have the right to vote.
It's up to the guests alone to decide, Louis. In other words, us.
Gregory and myself are merely the go-betweens. Finally, if the project is validated, each guest goes home and starts working to make it happen.
It can take years.
Más preguntas. ¿Se reúne a menudo?
Do you often hold this kind of society dinner?
In general, once a year, but in actual fact it tends to be events that dictate our gatherings.
Hace mucho que existe la conferencia.
How long have you been active?
Oh, this tradition has more or less always existed, Louis. It has continued from generation to generation.
¿Qué decisiones importantes han logrado?
Can you give me an example of an event that was decided here before being implemented in the outside world?
Well, take the French Revolution. It was decided right here 2 years before its implementation in France.
Concerning the case of the French Revolution, I wasn't invited. But as far as the American Revolution is concerned, Louis, I can testify that we planned it 5 years before implementing it, for example.
Vale, pues ya está, no tenemos preguntas.
Louis, let me keep you a moment. I would like to let you in on a secret before we begin, because I'm going to need your assistance. You see, the project I'm going to present concerns the territory of Louisiana in North America. It's currently Spanish territory, and I'm going to make the proposition to the Assembly for it to become French.
But how does that concern me?
Well, you see, I prepared this project with your mother. We began thinking about a crazy idea. Unfortunately, Sarah went missing before getting the bigger picture. I don't intend to stop at Louisiana. My idea is to increase the territory of the United States. The first stone of this vast project consists of getting Spain to cede Louisiana to France. Once it becomes French, France will hand it over to the United States, which will then allow them to double the size of their territory. And that's where you come in. France and the United States, hand in hand, two democracies illuminating the world.
But why spread it over 2 phases? Why not announce the overall project immediately?
Unfortunately, if Spain were to hear that the intention of all this is to allow the United States to grow, they would never sign. Manuel Godoy is perfectly aware of President Washington's appetite. If the United States took Louisiana, Godroy would know full well that he will have lost the entire North American continent. Things must take place in several stages. Otherwise, the change will be too brutal, and he will have no choice but to reject the project. Take a look at them. Apart from President Washington, they all belong to monarchies. Do you really think they won't resist? Of course they'll fight, fearful as they are of losing their precious privileges. But the world needs visionaries, like you, like your mother. It's a pity Sarah isn't here to see it. She only knew about a tiny part of the project. I hope I can count on you, Louis. It's time to start now. I must ask you to keep it to yourself for the time being. Take a seat, follow the discussions. We'll have an opportunity to catch up later, and you'll be able to let me know your thoughts.
Blast it, Mother. You didn't know about everything. His project is commendable. Why tell me to beware? Could you have gotten it wrong?
I can tell you that someone is an idiot.
Va a comenzar.
My friends, I propose we get started. First of all, I would like to thank you for taking the time to come.
The honor is ours, my lord.
As per our custom, here we are all together to discuss the face of tomorrow's world. Even though there may be certain tensions between our nations, I must ask you to keep an open mind. As Sarah de Richet is unable to be among us, please welcome Louis de Richet, who will represent the Golden Order and will vote on its behalf when the time comes.
Welcome among us, Louis.
Welcome, Monsieur.
I hope he'll be more effective than his mother regarding the protection of the King of France. The Order has proved particularly inefficient.
Come, Manuel, you're not going to spoil our visit. The Order's mission was not to protect King Louis XVI, as far as I am aware.
We are talking about a king of divine blood, for goodness sake. It seemed obvious to me he needed protecting. If the Golden Order wants to pride itself on being an influential organization, it should have kept him alive.
Normal. Poner en su lugar.
I'm sorry about the fate of the King of France, Duke Manuel. However, I'm surprised at your remark. How can a man like me have changed the course of things where a man like you, powerful, capable of influencing international politics, was unable to do any better?
Perhaps we may begin, Lord Mortimer.
Certainly. I have a dream that our nations will continue to support each other, more now than ever before. A dream that, for the sake of common good, we will do what it takes to ensure stability in the modern world. I have a dream that we shall lead by example and ensure that the American territory may remain in peace.
Thank you for the thought, Lord Mortimer, but I don't see where you're leading.
I'm coming to it, Mr. President. I need not remind you that North America is currently divided between the United States on the East Coast and Spain, which occupies the remaining 2/3 of the continent. Well, I propose that Spain cede the center of the continent to France, namely all of Louisiana.
Louisiana? But, well, it is not for sale. Lord Mortimer, I sincerely hope I have not come all this way just to hear you ramble on about what Spain should and should not do. When we went to all the trouble of gaining the territory a few years ago, it was not just to lose it today. Have I made myself clear?
What did I tell you, William? You speak of union, and yet here you are, about to tear us apart.
Duke Manuel, I perfectly understand you. But rest assured, you will soon adore my proposition. You shall see.
Well, since you give me the choice, my good fellow, allow me to doubt it. However, I am impatient to hear what Spain could possibly gain from the sale of Louisiana.
I never spoke of a sale, my good fellow.
What? But I do not understand.
There is one more territory left to conquer, if I'm not mistaken, in the northwest.
It is, of course, occupied by your notorious Indians, but...
We shall soon be rid of the savages, so that is not the question.
¿A quién llamas salvajes?
Duke, these savages, as you call them, were there before you. They are on their homeland.
As much as the black people of Africa, Monsieur de Richet. That does not stop your dear France from massacring them and sending them like cattle to Mr. Washington's cotton plantations to provide him with cheap labor. So you keep your morals to yourself, if you please.
Senor, I would not like to be associated with that. The subject of black slaves in the United States of America is a complex subject, which we shall resolve at a future date.
It obviously doesn't stop you from sleeping at night.
Not in the least. Do not imagine I have anything against the American Indians or the blacks. That is not the question. But business is business. It is the natural order of things, Monsieur de Richet. There have always been men who govern other men. That is simply the way it is.
Man, it might as well be the likes of you who rule. Is that right?
But of course.
Come now, my friends. Let us not digress. Anyway, these primitive people have no souls, Louis. We bring the good word to them in order to save them. You'll see, colonization brings with it many benefits, too.
Excuse me, if you don't mind, Your Eminence, I shall continue. Duke Manuel, I believe that Spain should cede Louisiana to France, free of charge.
This is utterly grotesque, Lord Mortimer. What a strange example you set for your young protégé. Isn't that so, Monsieur de Richet? Do you understand anything of this proposition?
De los americanos.
If I were you, Senor Godoy, I would think twice before stirring up a scandal.
I beg your pardon?
Given the size of your colonies, you won't be able to keep them for long. A number of countries are eyeing them as we speak. The United States would have no trouble taking them. For all intents and purposes, you have no army in place. By wanting to keep everything, you risk losing it all, especially your colonies in South America, which are far more valuable to you.
That is indeed the danger, Duke Manuel. If it comes to war over Louisiana, you will lose. And probably a good deal more than you now imagine.
Young man, you are indeed a dark horse, aren't you?
I must say, William, I find your project mostly disfavors me. I thought you were my friend.
And I am, Mr. President. That is why I'm doing everything in my power to calm your expansionist fervor. France, in Louisiana, should persuade you not to attempt anything to take the territory by force. Louisiana is a vast wetland where you would needlessly lose most of your troops. It would weaken you and offer certain nations the perfect opportunity to take back your famous United States. I am protecting you from yourself, George. Trust me.
I understand. But with friends like you, sir, I certainly don't need any more enemies. I hope you know what you're doing.
Not to put too fine a point on it, Lord Mortimer, but I doubt the Holy See would be in favor of Catholic Louisiana being handed over to secular revolutionaries and king killers.
I should think Monsieur de Richet has an opinion on this subject, does he not?
A ver, protegerá a los cristianos.
Your Eminence, have no fear over that. I am sure France will do everything in its power to protect the Christians of Louisiana.
My young friend, how can you come out with such a remark after the discussion we had on the evening of your arrival? If France was so respectful of worship, it would not be bleeding priests as it is doing at this very moment in time. Don't be naive. This is politics. The Holy See must be concerned at seeing such a large territory falling into the hands of the French. Mi auguro che insegnerete l'educazione a questo giovanotto presuntuoso, Sir Gregory.
Stanno in italiano.
I hope that you will teach this pretentious young man some manners, Sir Gregory. It looks like I won't be just making friends here.
In any case, my lord, I doubt the English crown will agree.
Ich versichere Ihnen, Emily, nie Preußen wird diese Vereinbarung akzeptieren.
Ahí está.
I assure you, Emily, the Prussian will never accept this agreement. Volner looks like he's set on ruining Mortimer's plan.
Duchess, I am persuaded that we shall find a common ground.
That's enough, William. These are grave times. We don't care about the fate of Louisiana. That worthless expanse of putrid swamps interests no one but yourself.
Speak for yourself, my friend.
Hold on there, Mr. Royal Gigolo. Lower the volume, and let Sir Gregory finish.
Home, Godoy, and now Volner? Mortimer's adversaries are ready to tear each other to pieces, and he takes a malicious pleasure in watching it happen.
How dare
Gentlemen, let us try to remain calm.
There you are, William. See where your projects have taken us, as per usual. Chaos! That's enough. I'm tired. We shall continue this discussion tomorrow, but please be aware that your project will never be ratified. Those who are opposed to this project, follow me. Are you coming with us, Monsieur de Richet?
Come, Gregory, I think Louis would rather stay. Wouldn't you, Louis?
Uf. Quedarse para ayudar a Mortimer, irse para ayudar a Horn. Buena decisión, difícil. Pero bueno, a ver, es que no sé. Uf. Quedarse o irse.
At the risk of displeasing you, my lord, I'd rather follow Sir Gregory. I don't think this is a place for the order.
Louis? No.
Let him go, Mr. President. Everyone is free to choose.
How can he be so blind? If he keeps this up, he'll lead our countries to their destruction.
Don't worry, we shall counter him, Sir Gregory.
We have to act immediately.
Calm down, Gregory. We only have to vote against his project, and that's it.
They haven't got a chance. Just one vote will suffice.
True. There is no chance of a unanimous vote. And he knows it. He must be preparing something else. What is he plotting?
Uf. No voy a decir nada.
We'll shortly find out, so let's take the lead.
What do you mean by that?
His plan begins with Louisiana, which is still yours, Duke Manuel. He will begin with you. Expect to receive an envoy, French most probably. He will try to convince you by every possible means. Whatever he says, whatever he
Hombre, si el
promises,
juego
you
contempla que
have
yo esté aquí
just
escuchando y
one
después se lo suelte todo al
response.
otro, estaría guay
It's
también.
war. If war is what you want, war is what you'll get. And on your own territory, in your homes. Enough games. Spain will join the coalition against France and declare war. You too, Duchess Hillsborough. You will speak to the Queen so that Great Britain commits to going to war with France.
What do you expect from the Papal States, Sir Gregory?
What do you think? That they hold a mass? They will go to war, of course. What is it that you didn't understand in what I just told you? We all declare war on France. Militarily, politically, and financially.
¿Y yo?
And me, Sir Gregory? How can I help?
Louis, you have won my trust. The Order will have to act in France, but even before that, I'm going to need you. Right here and right now. Leave me now. I have to prepare for tomorrow. Let's meet early tomorrow morning for the next phase of the conference, which promises to be most exciting. Louis, I'd like to see you a moment, please. Thank you for siding with me today. I won't forget it. I'm going to need you. Help me counter Mortimer on his own ground. Right here. I'm sure he'll try and win some of you over. He needs our votes. Now, you leave that to me. In the meantime, I must ask you to go and see President Washington and persuade him to trust me and join us.
Mientras tanto, pedirle que vaya a ver el presidente y luego me deja que confíe en mí, son nosotros. De acuerdo.
I'll do my best.
You should go right away. There's no time to lose. William already has a head start on us.
Very well. I'll go right away.
Vale, pues...
Let me in, please.
Oh, I'm sorry, sir, but that's impossible.
I'm looking for President Washington. Would you know where he is by any chance?
Unfortunately not, sir. All I can say to sir is that the president is no longer in the conference room.
All right. I'll go looking for him myself. Can you at least tell me who is still in the room? I'm looking for a guest.
Of course, sir. It would seem that only Lord Mortimer and Mr. Napoleon are present. The other guests have gone back to their rooms by another door.
Come now. There's nothing secret going on in there. Let me in.
Oh, I'm sorry, but I cannot say, sir. I am to follow Lord Mortimer's instructions.
Thank you.
Have a good evening, sir.
Venga, que sí. Es unos lameculos, ten mucho cuidado. Vamos a ver.
Hey, Peru's name tag's fallen off, and his door's ajar.
Ya que es Perú este, a ver qué le ha pasado. Bueno. Hasta se lo han cepillado, me da a mí. Pues no se lo han cargado, pero ya está.
Dear Mr.Felixpr, I'm writing to thank you for the funds you sent. These funds will be crucial for the renovation of the West... I have no space left. I'll retrieve it later. Monsieur Napoleon Bonaparte.
A ver, este dice que está en conferencia. Voy a revisar su habitación. Si puedo. Puedo.
It's a beautiful weapon. A lovely damn... My dearest son, I'm writing to implore you to act quickly. The situation is rapidly worsening here.
Carmelite water. They say that if you drink this, it gives you a real boost. Duchess Emily Hillsborough. Duke Manuel Godoy. Mary Louise of Parma. How ironic having a painting of the Queen of Spain in one's room, my Lord Duke. It looks like someone's hidden something on the back of this painting. It's a letter. Of course, it's written in Spanish. And it reeks of lavender. Well, well, Mr. Godoy. You seem very interested in hiding this letter. Another secret romance, I presume?
A ver, no vamos a traducirlo porque no tenemos... Pues... ¿Esta habitación cuál es? Es decir, no sé en qué habitación me he metido, ¿la misma? Sí, ¿no? No. Joder. Quiero leer de quién es la habitación.
Huh, that's me.
Ah, la mía.
Duke Manuel Godoy.
Vale, a ver.
Vercingetorix throws down his arms at the feet of Julius Caesar by Royer.
Es decir... Intenta entrar a la habitación de la pava esta, ¿no? Pero no se puede. ¿Quién está aquí este?
Leave me, Directito. I don't feel like talking.
Your door was ajar, and well, given the state of your room, I was worried.
It's none of your business.
Very well. I'll leave you then. See you tomorrow, monsieur.
I asked you to leave me alone. I asked you to leave me alone.
I just submitted. Ya me dio un buen mosqueo, va a dejar de decir esa mierda. Vamos a ir a hablar con el pavo este. Con el Washington. Esa es la mía y la siguiente, que es esta, creo que es la de él.
Monseigneur, His Eminence Cardinal Piaggi.
Piaggi.
President George Washington.
Este es. ¿Dónde está? Si no está aquí. Vamos a ver, ¿dónde está este hombre?
It's Carmelite water. They say that if you drink this, it gives you a real boost.
Louis? What are you doing in my room?
I wanted to have a word with you, but just between ourselves. Here, the walls have ears.
You're right. Caution is the mother of safety. Well, since you're here, can I get you something to drink?
No, thank you, Mr. President.
As you wish. Well, Louis, it's getting late, and this is not my first conference, so let's get straight to the point. You are here to motivate me to change sides.
I have decided not to follow Mortimer.
I noticed. Every man must make his own choice. What can we say? That's the political game. And you did not commit to supporting Mortimer, so there's nothing for you to feel bad about. So what can I do for you?
Mr. President, I don't believe it is necessary for me to motivate you at all. It's simply in your best interest. I was there at the conference, remember? Now, to put it bluntly, Mortimer announced a project that offers absolutely no interest for you. You said so yourself.
My young friend, I must admit that Lord Mortimer did somewhat surprise me earlier. Anyway, you haven't really said what you wanted to say. Tell me, Louis, what have you come here to sell me?
You should join home.
And why would I do that?
Well, when you came looking to me for help, I gave it to you. Now, I'm the one asking you for help. I need you, Mr. President.
Louis, I understand what you mean, but even so, the favor you did is not comparable to what you are now asking me to do. I only asked you to look after a young lady for an hour. You're asking me to commit the future of my country.
I know, but I'm not asking without reason, nor to a man without honor.
You're blunt, Louis. But do acknowledge that I owe you a favor. Tell me what Sir Gregory has to offer that I don't already have with Lord Mortimer.
Prometerle Luisiana, la paz. Podría conseguir colonias.
What would you say to winning a few colonies? I'm sure that Sir Gregory would be prepared to discuss the acquisition of new territories.
No thanks, Louis. I'm not interested. Colonies bring with them their own thorny problems, and thus I prefer to focus on the consolidation of American territory.
Aquí.
Mr. President, it seems that Lord Mortimer would rather see Louisiana become French and not American. Sir Gregory proposes that Louisiana go to you.
What? You would be prepared to hand it over to me?
It is certainly a possibility. But for that, you must not side with Mortimer at the conference.
I see. Louis, you convinced me. I congratulate you for your performance, because I didn't think it could happen.
Venga, otro más.
I merely exposed the facts to you.
Don't spoil everything with your false modesty now. You really were very good, and that's that. In any case, I shall follow you on this one. This may well arouse Lord Mortimer's wrath, but I must put the United States before anything else. Have we finished, Louis?
Absolutely, Mr. President. I shan't keep you any longer. Allow me to take my leave.
Good night, Louis. Get some rest. Tomorrow will be a very big day.
Well, that's one thing out of the way. Only thing left to do is wait for the conference to resume tomorrow morning.
Pues vamos a ver si está despierta esta mujer, ¿no? Y le damos un poquillo de cariño antes de irnos a dormir. Por aquí no, por aquí. Vete a la cama, ve a la cama, pero voy a ver si está esta mujer. Emily. No está, tío, qué pena. ¿Esto se puede coger? No. Está aquí.
Good evening, Monsieur le Français.
Duchess, you're here. What a charming surprise. I'm beginning to think you can't be without me.
You have managed to penetrate my armor, sir. Am I disturbing you, perhaps?
No.
That's not what I said.
Ah, by the way, congratulations on choosing Sir Gregory this evening. You surprised me. I wasn't expecting it.
Why, Emily, can't you read me like an open book?
Not as well as you read me, it would seem.
I'll teach you if you'd like.
There's nothing I'd like more.
Tell me, are these visits to Mortimer's always so intense?
Yes and no. My sister doesn't normally disappear like she has. Any news of your mother?
I've seen her, Emily.
What? When was that?
A little earlier, just before the conference. She was hiding.
And did you manage to speak to her?
She's not the same. I don't know what's been happening to her, but she's changed. I found her in a deplorable state with one of her hands cut off. I mean, she was saying crazy things, bordering on delirium.
What? Did you say one of her hands was cut off? What happened to her?
I don't know. She wouldn't say.
And did she tell you why she shot Emma?
But how do you know she shot Emma? I didn't tell you.
You knew it, and you never said anything. Well, Louis, keeping your little secrets to yourself. That's not nice.
I was afraid for you.
No need to justify yourself, you know. We both have our secrets. Can we change subject, please? I didn't come here to go through all that again.
Of course, it's late. You're right.
Come, Louis.
My friends, do not worry. I assure you that Lord Mortimer's plan will never see the light of day. I shall deal with informing our allies, but for the time being, I need you to make a stand.
What do you think about Monsieur de Richet?
I don't know yet. I feel there's great potential in him. He looks like he can be trusted.
Why isn't he with us? He was opposed to Mortimer.
I'll wait and see. I'm still not sure of his position. And Duchess Hillsborough, why isn't she here? She's busy. Don't worry about her.
Oh, isn't it time to replace her?
Not so fast, sir. She is an important figure. You ought to have a little more faith in her. What are we going to do about Washington? He will be a hard nut to crack. On our chessboard, he is Mortimer's king. Don't worry. Mr. President only wants one thing: to keep his dear America united. He won't jeopardize everything he has achieved on a whim. He has been serving Mortimer for quite some time. It won't be easy to bring him around. I have asked Monsieur de Richet to approach him. Let us have faith in him. I sense that Mr. Peru is about to surprise us too.
Yet he is Mortimer's strong arm in France.
He knows his time has come, and I believe he's intelligent enough to realize it means he is no longer any use to Mortimer. Do you feel all right, Mr. Godoy? You haven't said a word.
Please excuse me, gentlemen. I feel tired.
Oh, I see. I think it is high time you left us then. Now!
Pues nada. La Emily ya ha venido, nos vamos zumba otra vez y hasta luego.
Emily? Emily? Are you there? Typical. There she goes again. What's with this habit of hers of taking off in the middle of the night?
Sir, the conference is about to begin. You are expected in the conference room.
Tell them I'm coming. Thank you. Come on, Louis. The game is back on.
My friends, the conference is about to begin. Please excuse me if I troubled you last night with my project. I understand that you might well have a few questions to ask. As you know, the final vote will be cast in a few days. This morning's aim is to answer your questions and check the temperature of your respective positions so that we may reach a greater understanding.
As always, Lord Mortimer.
We parted in perfect disagreement, my lord. Where would you like us to take it from?
Come, sir. Please let William believe he still has a chance of winning us over. Otherwise, his imprecations will lack panache, and we shall be bored stiff.
Oh, let me assure you, I am convinced that a good night's sleep has brought sound advice, and that this morning will be even more interesting. Therefore, I would like to go around the table in order to hear everyone's first impressions.
Well, I am still firmly against it, even though my choice won't count.
Against.
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 And you, Luc Manuel?
Against, of course.
Well, as for me, I am for Lord Mortimer's project, despite Duchess Hillsborough's overwhelmingly convincing nocturnal attentions.
What? So Emily was playing at trying to win over guests last night?
It was nothing more than a friendly little chat, of course.
How could it be otherwise? And by the way, remember me to your husband when you see him. And you, President Washington, what is your position?
Well, you see, Monsieur Bonaparte, I would rather you'd have forgotten me for a minute. William, I am sorry, but I cannot follow you this time.
George? What?
I am against William. Please excuse me. I cannot commit the United States to such an enterprise. It's just too risky.
Well, that leaves just yourself and Monsieur Peru, Louis.
You're all making me sick. Look at yourselves.
What?
You are pathetic!
Have you been drinking or what?
There you are, quibbling away. My Lord Duke this, and Madame Duchess that. You know very well that we're nothing but puppets on a damn string.
Jacques, really?
Let's end the charade. It's over!
Jacques.
My lord, thank you for everything you've done for me over the years. But it didn't come for free. And now I see the price is too high to pay. I'll stop.
Come, Jacques, we'll talk it over.
No, I'm finished. I want my freedom back, my lord. I shall no longer work for you.
Wait!
Directito, you just can't help it, can you? Stop trying to play the hero, man!
Jacques, you know you can count on me. Calm down, please. I'm going to help you.
There's nothing you can do for me.
Bueno. Adiós. A tomar por saco. No podía hacer nada, tío. No tenía nada desbloqueado. Me ha costado con el digiro, ¿veis? Vale, vamos a ver, vamos a ponernos política. Política, ¿dónde está? Aquí. Eso es. Ahí está.
This is like a bad dream. For what reason?
That makes no sense at
I
all.
don't understand. I spoke to him only recently.
Monsieur Peru has lost his mind. It's obvious.
Yet another way for the French to make a spectacle of themselves. Well, once again, it has worked.
My friends, let us settle down, please. We are all in shock, of course. Let us praise... Louis's gesture, anyway. You did what you could.
Sí, pues ya está.
Yes,
Estaba comprobando el
it
audio
was
y demás
very
del
noble
directo porque no sé
It
si se
wasn't
había
your
parado.
fault.
There was nothing else you could have done.
I think everyone needs a little rest. Can you stay a moment?
Of course.
A ver, ¿qué libro leemos? Pues seguramente leeremos el de política, porque dado que ha sido lo que más nos han visto y tal. Que es este, ¿no? Sí.
Louis, I wanted to talk to you a moment about what has happened. All this is tragic, but I wanted to thank you for doing what you could.
I wasn't able to save him.
You couldn't, Louis. You mustn't blame yourself. It is not your fault.
Uf, es que tampoco le quiero echar las culpas, Theo.
I know this has nothing to do with me, my lord, but don't you think you're partly to blame? It won't escape your attention that he incriminated you before he took his own life.
I heard what he said, yes. Mr.Felixpr appeared to blame me for his condition. I certainly encouraged him to succeed, but I wasn't aware he couldn't handle the pressures of the situation. Of course, his duties in Paris were very difficult. The choices he had to make were burdensome. But that was the path he had chosen. Should I not have helped him to succeed, perhaps?
Did you push him into it?
I wouldn't say push, but I did encourage him, yes. I thought it was my duty to help him as much as I could, to become the court judge he dreamed of being. I thought he was capable of it. It appears I was mistaken, unfortunately. What a pity he didn't come and speak to me. What a waste.
What are your plans now?
What do you mean?
For the conference. After the disappearances of both Elizabeth Adams and my mother, and now the death of Mr. Perlu, I should imagine that your guests are all packing their bags.
This might come as a bit of a shock to you, perhaps because it was so difficult to bring all these figures together. But I am convinced that none of them is preparing to leave.
Puede ser porque ha sido muy difícil reunir a estas eminencias bajo el mismo techo, pero estoy convencido que no se van a marchar nadie.
Are you serious?
They are all very experienced politicians, and though they are, of course, affected by the situation, they know full well that such an opportunity will not come again for a long, long time, if ever. They each represent their nation, and know full well that what is at stake here is far greater than the death of poor Monsieur Peru. You'll see. I am confident that they will all be ready to resume the conference.
If you say so. Allow me to take my leave, please.
Of course. You ought to get some rest. Oh, Louis, one more thing, please. What a pity you didn't support me during the conference. I hope I can count on you on the day of the vote. This major project needs men like you, Louis.
And you never know, right? Maybe by then, I'll see things differently.
Well, thank you for allowing me to believe in that possibility, Louis. From here on, I shall make it my mission to persuade you to change your vote.
Be my guest. But I hope your arguments are very, very persuasive, because I'm not the only one who isn't on your side.
Oh, rest assured, I am working on it.
Very well. I'll see you later, my lord.
Vale, vamos a ver. Vuelta a tu habitación, vale. A ver, está nuestra amiga y dormimos otra vez con ella y listo.
Either to you or to someone else. Impossible to tell with you people.
Yes, sir.
Your yes is not sufficient. Tell
Monsieur
the others
Bonaparte.
for crying out loud. Sorry, Directito. I have no time for traitors such as yourself.
Bueno,
I beg your pardon?
If you are here, it's because Lord Mortimer agreed to include you. And what's the first thing that you do? You betray him by following Sir Gregory and bending over backwards to turn Washington against him.
Oh, I'm sorry. I thought I was free to vote as I pleased. I didn't realize I had to vote for Lord Mortimer in order to show my gratitude toward him. Hey, he invited me here to come and look for my missing mother during his high society party. I'm sorry, truly sorry. I don't know all your customs yet.
It's just common decency that when invited to a man's castle, you don't go and to pee on his boots. Is it too much to ask?
I guess it is.
¿Y esto de quién es?
I am sorry, sir, but you are unable to access Monsieur Peru's room while we gather his personal effects. I am sorry, sir, but you are unable to access Monsieur Peru's room while we gather his personal effects.
No puedo entrar, vale. Eso lo dices tú. Esta habitación, Napoleón. Eso lo dice este, ¿no? No puedo entrar. Ay, qué pena. Pues nada, nuestro es un pozo. Digo, nada, entro por ahí y listo. ¿Esta está o no está? Está. La verdad. O por lo menos la puerta está abierta. Es decir, que podemos entrar. Que esté ya es distinto.
No answer. Nothing. Emily? Emily, are you there? Emily!
Yes. Louis, is that you?
Yes, let me in.
I'm sorry, Louis. I don't feel very well. I'll see you later.
Are you sure everything's all right? Are you still there? Emily? Emily, are you there? Emily!
Yes. Louis, is that you?
Yes, let me in.
I'm sorry, Louis. I don't feel very well. I'll see you later.
Are you sure everything's all right? Are you still there?
No, se han hecho algo.
It's a beautiful weapon. A lovely damask blade. It's marked with the initials of the manufacturer in Versailles.
Mira a ver si puedo entrar. No a la de no a la de Espero, a otra que hay al lado. Y de ahí pasamos a la de Espero y después a la de la pava esta. Es decir, aquí al lado no hay otra. No. Pero bueno, hay aquí algo.
Next time, I'll listen to my mother. Not a day has gone by without something happening to me. What now?
Louis, open up, please.
Coming, Mr. President, I'm coming.
Louis. Ah, there you are at last.
Yes,
I just saw your mother. She was accompanied by Emily, and they both went into the Duchess's room. I tried to join them, but I was refused entry. Louis, this does not bode well.
Oh, shit. Emily might want to avenge her sister. I must act quickly. You're right, Mr. President. Thank you.
Hostia, pues ahora espérate que me acuerdo de dónde era eso. Esta es la de este hombre, ¿no? Sí, George Washington. Es esta de aquí, creo. Que hace tanto que no le damos, tío, que he perdido muchas nociones del juego. Y bastante que antes lo del Borchese me acordaba de algo. Es decir, he dudado entre la de arriba y la de abajo que al final hemos elegido. Y al final la hemos elegido bien. No, pues aquí no está. No, aquí no están. Debería mirar, pero...
August 24th.
Aquí no hay nada. Si no lo hubiéramos dicho esta, que no hubiéramos encontrado a la madre nuestra, a lo mejor no hubiera pasado nada. Estará en su habitación, digo yo. Míralo.
I do believe that's Emily's voice. I can't understand what she's saying. Emily! Emily, are you there? Answer me! Emily!
Nada, la pava esta pasa. Vamos a ver si podemos entrar en el despacho, tío. De este hombre, que antes no dejaba, pero a lo mejor ahora sí deja. Desde aquí. Ah, sí, deja, ahora sí.
have to get inside Emily's room through the... Shit! It's locked.
Forzar. ¿Cómo que no? Ah, aquí sí. Vamos a ver qué están tramando. Es decir, a lo mejor si no hubiéramos dicho eso no hubiera pasado esto.
It's as if there are several people inside.
Once again, you're the one who's the
¿Qué?
victim in all this. What are you on about now?
What on earth is... You... Mother?
How dare you do this to me? You can talk. After everything I've done for
¿Qué
you.
cojones?
You are joking, I hope. Right? I gave you my life. That's enough, Emma. Now that Louis is here, you will leave Sarah alone. Cease your revenge immediately. What? If you think you're going to... Louis, help me, I beg you. I can no longer...
Bueno. Esto se les ha pirado la pinza, ¿eh? Esto se les ha pirado la pinza, pero a un nivel que no es normal. Es decir... ¿Qué locura tiene esto?
Reason with her. I am Emily. Quit playing games. What? Honestly, don't be ridiculous. No. I am Emily. You are wasting your time. Louis knows very well how to tell us apart. After everything we've been through together.
Yes, well...
Don't you dare bring him into this. This is between you and me. I ask for nothing more, so stop taking it out on Sarah. You prissy little bitch! How dare you! Now that I've told you everything, you want to take my place, do you? You are joking, I hope. I'm the one who told you everything that's been going on while you were away. Go on, then. That's what you want, isn't it? You want to kill me. Go on, then. Shoot! After all the trouble I've gone through to find you. Go on. What are you waiting for? Here, Louis, take this.
Wait! What's going...
An entire life for this. Go on, shoot. Sorry, Louis, I can't shoot her. She's my sister. That's enough, Emma. Louis, out of the way. She's dangerous. Don't trust her. What are you trying to do? Louis, out of the way. I am not Emma. Come on, Louis, tell her who the real Emily is.
Wait,
That's right, Louis. I'm fed up with this little game. Tell him who the real Emily is.
Why do these things always happen to me?
Well, Louis, come on, you know how to tell us apart, right?
Yes, but I'd like to ask you a few questions to make sure there's no doubt.
Rational and open, Louis.
Let's
see. How can I tell them apart? Wait, I've got an idea.
On the night of our arrival...
Adelante. Venga. ¿Qué me dio?
You gave me something. I wasn't feeling very well, and you gave me something. What was it?
My handkerchief. And you even kept it. It was stained with your blood. Louis, I already told her. This is all a waste of time. I'm the one who told you.
Right. Let's find something else. Ah, yes. Let's speak about my arrival at the manor.
Vale. Detrás.
Once at the manor, we split up into two groups. What group did I choose?
You decided to follow Sir Gregory and Cardinal Piaggi into the small salon, and he ran into Miss Adams. Of course you know all this. I'm the one who told you about it.
Very well.
Let's try something else.
On the first night, we went up to bed, but I wasn't tired. I went for a little stroll.
Ahora, adelante.
Do you
Nos
remember if we
encontramos.
saw each other that night or not?
Not at all. Don't think you're going to get away with this deception so easily. I can assure you, you're going to regret pretending to be me once Louis has exposed you.
Right. I don't think I'll get very far like this. I'll have to find something better.
Oh, I don't think I'll even wait until he's finished.
Take it easy now.
Are you mad, Louis?
Lower your arm.
I better act quickly if I don't want things to get out of hand.
Come on, she's putting one over on you. Look at yourself for crying out loud. You were prepared to shoot me down.
In the secret room behind the study. Talk to them about what you've been doing. Maybe they haven't spoken about it between each other yet.
On the night of the disappearance of Elizabeth Adams.
What about it? What do you want to know about that night?
Ahora, adelante.
That night, we were in Mortimer's private gallery. In that gallery, something moved you. What was it?
A cameo.
Why?
You know very well why.
I want you to tell me, why did the cameo move you?
Because I thought it was my sister's. I was worried sick that something had happened to her, and I was running through the manor looking for the bitch when... Stop lying, Emma. You know full well the real reason I was there was because of the Al-Azif. Liar! I was there! I haven't even got a cameo! That's enough! I've had enough of this charade. Louis, there's only one way to tell us apart. There's just one thing I didn't tell her about in detail. Too bad for you, Emma. I didn't want it to come to this, but you leave me no choice. Ask her about you and I. You just lost, Emma. I indeed didn't tell you everything about it. Come, Louis. Speak about our intimacy.
Very well, let's talk about us.
Ahora, adelante.
Last night, we spent the night together. But beforehand, you insisted on talking about my choices during the conference. Why?
I beg your pardon? Louis, I did not go to see you last night.
What? Huh?
Now your true identity is exposed.
Oh, Dios.
What did you do? I didn't tell you everything, little sister. I never told you about this episode, so you know nothing of what happened last night between Louis and me. You dirty slut. What did you do?
That's enough, both of you. Now I know who the real Emily is.
It's you, Emily.
No, Louis! She is manipulating you.
No, Emma. It's her. I know it. Despite all the trouble you've gone to put one over on me, I know it is her.
That's enough now, Emma.
Yo creo que la
You
adelantamos por las
little
cosas.
slut. Don't think you are going to get away with this so easily. You are going to stop your little game right now. Never. I am Duchess Hills.
Ahora, por culo.
Emily?
I am the Duchess.
But...
You don't. Dear God, what have I done? See what you've done. See?
Louis?
Mother!
What on earth is...
Go away. You must go. Everyone is going to arrive.
Louis, what's going on?
Duchess, is everything all right?
Come on, Louis. There's nothing more you can do.
But I...
Leave us.
Emily, what's going on?
Mother, go to the crypt. I'll meet you
Ah,
there.
que no se me
I'll
la
be
cortado
waiting
veces
for
con la
you.
otra.
Emily.
La Emma.
Madam, I am coming in.
It was bound to end like this, Louis. Let me stay with her. Please, go. I'll cover you.
Bueno, ya que estamos, vamos a entrar a la habitación del pavo este, ¿no? No se puede. No, qué pena. Podríamos recuperar las cosas que tiene y ver un poquito tal.
Good God! They're all here. They must have heard the gunshot.
Where is Lord Mortimer?
Can anyone hear anything through the door?
Yo voy a entrar, voy a ponerme aquí como que anda pasando.
Did you hear that? I was not dreaming, was I?
Certainly not, Duke Godoy.
What's going on?
Someone had the bang coming from the Duchess's room, and she isn't answering.
Gentlemen, go back to your rooms. Go back to your rooms. I shall find out from Lord Mortimer what this is all about. Thank you.
My instructions are clear, sir. No one is to enter.
Ah, sí, entró. Ah, gilipollas. Vale. Vale, esta es la sala en la que estábamos. Esta es esta y ahora hay que ir a la otra. Que está... Aquí hay algo.
A fragment of amber.
Está aquí. Y aquí ya salimos al jardín. Vale. Ya me sé el camino, macho.
Louis! At last, there you are.
Mother, wait,
Come, we have to be quick.
No, wait, Mother,
Time is running out, Louis. First, we must...
No! That's enough. I won't go a step further unless you explain to me what is going on here. I'm begging you. Talk to me.
You must trust me, my son. You are not ready yet.
You're the one who should trust me. Tell me what's happening.
You would never believe me.
I came all the way here for you. Now I've found you. I'm ready, Mother.
If only... Louis, I have always taught you to keep your mind open and logical. I know you are going to find it hard to believe, but what I am going to reveal to you is entirely true. Many years ago, I found out that demons really do live among us.
I beg your pardon?
And that they can influence our thoughts.
Mother, listen to yourself. I know you're exhausted, but for crying out loud, listen to what you're saying. Demons? What next? An ancient monster with a head like an octopus? What do your demons look like? Have they got horns and a pointed tail?
No, these are not creatures with billy goat's legs. Forget your Christian folklore. Imagine them more as parasitic spirits. They possess their hosts and direct them from inside.
Parasitic spirits?
Yes, they are capable of going from one body to another as they see fit. And 2 of them are present on this island.
Right. So let me guess.
Mortimer y Holm.
Lord Mortimer and Sir Gregory, right?
You felt it too?
No, even if Holm does look the part. But I don't know who else could do it, given that we're on their territory.
Many years ago, well before you were born, I crossed paths with one of them. Since then, I've spent my life trying to find it again. When we recovered the Alizif, I was persuaded that von Burchard was working for this demon in one way or another. But I thought he would hand the book to a middleman during this conference. That's where I made an error that could well turn out to be fatal. The one who Burchard was meant to give the book to was none other than the demon in person, Mortimer. Not to mention that Holm had sent Volner to get it for him.
Holm and Mortimer are demons?
They both seem to disagree about many things, but I'll admit I never knew exactly why. There are many of them, Louis, not just those 2.
Mother, have you any proof to support any of this?
Of course, but you do too. You had everything laid out in front of you. Didn't you notice anything?
Sí. El hecho que nadie lo conoce. Su estudio secreto.
I went beyond the Nightmare Mother.
You understood the Masonic date.
1191.
Of course! It was during that siege that the demon took possession of Sir Mortimer. They spent a whole night in conversation until the early hours of the morning. Mortimer had passed the test. He had charmed the demon, and so it chose him to be its host for centuries to come. But tell me, did you find his secret study?
I did indeed.
Did you see his maps of the world?
He has contacts the world over.
Yes, I've been developing the Golden Order across the world for many years, and I've never seen anyone with such influence. It's simply inhuman.
I must admit, I found it difficult to understand how and why Mortimer didn't have a place in history.
On the continent, Mortimer and Holm are mere dandies who organize society balls. History forgets them with a disconcerting facility. No one speaks about them, and yet they whisper in the ears of kings and presidents.
You mean the conference?
How can you explain that someone manages to bring together so many important figures without anyone knowing?
And without any security or personnel. Well, those property deeds across the world, all signed by the same hand and over several centuries.
I am proud of you, Louis.
I found your notes written in lemon juice.
Where all eyes size you up. At one stage, I was so afraid of losing my mind that I noted everything down. Congratulations, Louis. Wait, please tell me you didn't open Pandora's box.
The urn? No, I didn't. Why?
Good. We'll deal with it later. Louis, I am proud of you. You came all this way. You found me. You have surpassed me.
You taught me everything I know. Right. How did it all begin?
I saw him.
What do you mean you saw him?
I was 20 years old. I was young and carefree. I traveled the world in search of adventure. In the Persian Gulf, we came across an ancient grimoire that became unlocked. Composed of 7 parts, each one was a book in itself, set in a sort of metal armor that structured the whole thing. When all the volumes were brought together, they formed a single book. On my return to Paris, I set to studying these pages. I spent all my days and nights studying them.
Oh, I can imagine you doing that.
But the writing was in a language I had never seen before, developed well before Sumerian, in my opinion. So I got the idea to form a small occult circle composed of all the major names in the occult world to see if anyone else could crack it.
And you found no one.
And I found someone, Louis. I found him. Or rather, he found me. He was young, charismatic, he was flamboyant.
Vale. Es decir, ¿me está haciendo preguntas así sin ton ni son? No sé, imagino que sería Von Borchert.
Wait a minute, who are you talking about? Von Borchert?
No, Mortimer, of course. He was a veritable mine of knowledge. I showed him the book, and he was able to decipher a few passages. We spent several months together studying the pages.
He was already old in those days, wasn't he? So you recognized him when you arrived on the island, right?
No, he wasn't in that body. But I know it was him. I swear it was him. The way he spoke, his posture, a few of his intonations, his mannerisms.
Wait a minute. You were talking about 60 years ago. I've lost the thread.
Yes, sorry. He helped me understand certain passages until I realized that he only translated a few parts for me. But I had aroused his interest. It was too late.
How so?
I mean to say he manipulated me. He used me, and in the end, he stole the book with all its secrets.
Did he ever go to your place?
Not once. At least I don't think so. But before disappearing, he proposed a pact between us. He proposed that I follow him and let him teach me, allow him to bring me up.
And you accepted?
Please don't be stupid. You don't make deals with the devil. After that, I spent my whole life looking for him. 3 years later, in Berlin, I just missed him. In London, I lost 6 members of the order in a chase. In 1741, in Tunisia, I found a sect of fanatics who had crossed paths with him once. 1741, in Poland. 1749, in India.
8 years ago in Venice.
We agreed never to speak about what happened in Venice, Louis.
And that was before you spoke to me about demons. Wait. The baby we delivered, you and me, that night in Venice, did he have anything to do with Lord Mortimer?
The child was his son.
We stole his son? Are you insane? I always thought we took him to save him.
That was the case. It was precisely to save him from his father.
Need I remind you the mother died during childbirth? What became of the child?
Later. For the moment, that is not the key issue here. Once we found the Al-Azif in Paris, I followed Von Borchert's trail here. I didn't think it would lead me straight to the demon. It was careless of me. He toyed with me for a few days, until I caught on, until I saw him as he was. But he had no intention of letting me leave. We are all his pawns, Louis, and if we don't want to spend the rest of our lives turning round in circles here, we must absolutely get off this island. All right, can we move on?
Wait a minute. One last thing.
¿Qué le pasó a Emma?
I want to know what happened between you and Emily's sister.
Great responsibility often brings difficult choices, Louis. That's all you need to know.
Mother, I won't take a step further if you don't answer me.
You dare blackmail me?
I'm listening.
All right, I used her. So there you are. Happy now? We had the Al-Azif, and I didn't think we would be able to escape with it. In order to ensure that the book did not fall into their hands, or that one of them couldn't read in us where we had hidden it, I asked Emily to...
It's Emma.
Yes, or rather for me, it was Emily. So I asked Emma to hide it without anyone seeing. And then I disposed of her. I am sorry for her, but she was part of the Golden Order, Louis. She knew the rules when she joined.
I want to know what happened with Elizabeth Adams.
Louis, we haven't time for those details.
You're probably right. What did you negotiate about the Al-Azif with Volner?
Absolutely nothing. I managed to pull the wool over his eyes until I found a way to flee.
I want to know what happened with Elizabeth Adams.
Louis, we haven't time for
I'm sorry,
those
Mother,
details.
but I want to know.
She was one of the receptacles for these monsters. I met her parents when she was born. One of the demons got inside her. The demon used her to spy on her father, John Adams. He is one of the founding fathers and vice president of the United States, you know.
Mortimer possessed her?
No, I don't think it was Mortimer. Her father, John Adams, hired me to tend to her, but the evil in her was too deep. In spite of the various treatments I tried on her, I never succeeded in getting it out of her. It's not something I'm proud of, Louis, but I had to try everything.
Mother, did you kill her?
Of course not. Don't be stupid. I had no interest in getting rid of her.
What was going on with the cannons in Tuscany?
It was nothing.
Since when does the Order finance wars?
The cannons for that Bonaparte fellow? Listen, once in the lion's den, I did whatever I could to appear legitimate. So yes, I pretended to be interested in Mortimer's project about a young military man who was seeking funding for a foundry in Tuscany. Between you and me, if buying China would have enabled me to escape, I would have signed without hesitation.
What did you negotiate about the Al-Azif with Volner?
Absolutely nothing. I managed to pull the wool over his eyes until I found a way to flee.
Are you going to tell me what happened to your hand?
Better than that. I shall show you.
On the evening of my arrival, Cardinal Piaggi came looking for you. He was determined to give you a letter.
More of his lists. Louis, I think I know what's in that letter, and I beseech you to believe that it is the least of our worries. We can sort that out later.
Samuel Ritter du Choix, you wanted to send me a letter about Godoy.
I wanted you to run a check on Duke Manuel, but frankly, it doesn't really matter anymore now. Godoy is just a pawn like the others. He is not the one I was looking for.
Are you going to tell me what happened to your hand?
Better than that. I shall show you.
Good. I think that's about right. We shall speak about it once we get back to France.
Great actions for humanity have been decided by demons for centuries, Louis. They are playing with our destiny. We are their slaves. And it's time for it to stop. By the way, what was Mortimer's project at this conference?
He demands that the Spanish hand over Louisiana to France.
Oh, knowing him, it won't stop there. We should do our utmost to put a stop to Mortimer's plans. But for the time being, there are more pressing matters.
Are you going to tell me why we're here?
There. That's why we are here.
Vale.
Reassure me, we aren't going to have to force that one, are we?
I don't think we're even capable of doing it. You're going to have to find a way to open it.
Why, of course. And what's inside?
Something to vanquish them with?
Perfect. So, how does it open?
We'll need several keys. I found a note from the architect who conceived the mechanism in Mortimer's secret study. We have to first gather 6 objects before we try anything.
Are your 6 objects the keys?
Exactly. We have the Clement III cross, the nails, the Gutenberg Bible, the exegesis of Judas, an armillary sphere, and all we need to match up the dates between the different calendars.
A ver, es decir...
Why a cross?
Well, I haven't the foggiest idea, but it just so happens that's what you are going to use to activate the mechanism. I found the one Mortimer kept. It belonged to Cardinal Guibert, better known by the name of Pope Clement III.
Estoy viendo el directo anterior.
Where is it?
Unfortunately, I've lost it. When I lost my
Más que nada
hand, I
porque creo
went
recordar
dashing
que
out,
para entrar
and
al
it
estudio
must have
Mortimer
fallen
había
from
que
my
usar un
pocket.
código. Vale.
Remember, Mother. I'm certain you can remember.
Let me think.
You were running.
I was bleeding to death.
You remember the pain.
I thought I was going to faint. Yes, I remember. I don't think it can be far, can it?
Would you have lost it outside?
No, I don't think so. It must be in the area. I don't remember going up with it.
Perfect. I'll search the crypt before leaving.
Vale, no
One last thing before you go. Be very careful. If you come across anyone, they can all potentially be spies of Mortimer or Holm. Don't ever confide in anyone because a demon can slip inside them at any moment.
Wait, not all of them, though. Take Washington.
Especially Washington. He's been conditioned by Mortimer for years. Look at them, for crying out loud. How do you explain their behavior otherwise? The most influential politicians in the Western world gather together without the least protection, without a single aid to assist them, to participate in a conference during which the guests start dropping like flies. Me, Adams, Peru, Hillsborough. Look at the number of calamities that have happened over the past few days. And not one of them has asked to leave the island? Do you find that normal? You'll see. Go up to the manor to look for the keys, and I wager not one of them will speak to you about my being in Emily's room.
Do you think so?
Go on, you'll see. And come back with all the objects in one go. Time is against us. And remember, the code to get out of the secret office is 6646.
Vale.
What on earth is that? A disc with information engraved in the metal? An iris that should open, I imagine, and blood.
Mother? The dried blood. There.
Yes, it's mine. Sorry if I stained everything, but I must admit that at the time my thoughts were more on the pain than cleaning up after myself.
Tell me, Mother, you wouldn't know anything that might save me some time, would you?
That's where you'll have to put the Clement III cross. You insert the cross into the slot, and it will open the iris.
Let's see if I can work it out myself. It looks like a kind of control panel.
It looks like certain mechanisms I've seen before. I wouldn't be surprised if I had to put the Clement III cross in it.
You ought to go, Louis. If someone finds us here, the situation might well become seriously complicated.
Me piro ya.
Famous cross of Clement III. Perfect. And one key found.
You ought to go, Louis. If someone finds us here, the situation might well become seriously complicated.
Vale, vámonos.
fragment of amber.
Vale, vamos a ir al despacho de Mortimer, que allí creo recordar que había algo. No me acuerdo muy bien, pero seguramente hay algo. Porque si él no quiere que abran esto porque es un demonio y todas esas mierdas, habrá algo que tenga.
Right. Let's see if the statues are in place yet. That statue is not positioned correctly.
A ver, esto lo movimos. Hacia el escudo era. Hacia el escudo, por si recordáis, el escudo reflejaba al otro y al otro lo pillaba con la espada. ¿Tú ves?
So that's the exegesis of Judas.
Ah, mira,
I hope
mira,
Mortimer doesn't read it very often. Otherwise, he's going to notice that someone's stolen it. But that's just too bad. I need it.
Vale.
So that's Pandora's box? An urn? Mother seemed worried that I was able to open it. I wonder why. So, I did well not to touch it.
Vale. Vamos a dar una vuelta.
I've got what I need. Now let's not waste any more time.
Vale, vamos a ir al estudio de este hombre, del Mortimer. Que ese pavo seguro tiene algo. Ese tiene que tener algo seguramente porque, joder. Es decir, tenía muchas cosas allí que en su momento no sabemos lo que eran y seguramente ahora alguna de las calles sea para esta mierda, imagino. A lo mejor no, pero por si acaso. También puede ser que me esté columpiando y ahí arriba no haya nada. ¿Sabes lo que voy a decir?
No space
Aquí hay
left.
algo.
I'll retrieve it later.
Vale, vamos a subir para arriba. El despacho del pavo este estaba arriba del todo. Hay una escalera, pero no sé por dónde, que era solo para subir. Si es que eso, lo hemos dejado mucho tiempo y no me acuerdo de la mayor parte de las cosas. Hago memoria y más o menos voy recordando algunas cosas. Pero sé que había una escalera que era para subir solo. Y creo que estaba aquí, por aquí, pero no estoy seguro. Vamos a entrar aquí, yo qué sé. Me metí en una habitación, no sé ni cuál es. La de Emily creo que es, ¿no? ¿Esta habitación de quién es?
My dear George, I'd like to invite you to join me.
Pues no sé quién es esta habitación, pero yo estoy quitando aquí todo lo que tengo.
Portrait of George Washington.
Ah, George Washington, vale. No tiene nada con lo que podrás interactuar, aparte de... Pues no, vamos a seguir. Hemos dado la vuelta y no tiene subida. Vamos a ver. Yo creo recordar que había una escalera que era para subir. Ya me hace dudar. Aquí, vale, vale. Hemos dado la vuelta sin sentido. Vale. Según he visto en el directo que hicimos la otra vez, era 1191 para entrar.
Right. This time, it'll be a lot quicker.
1191.
If I remember rightly, the code was 1191.
Uno, 9, 1.
Of course.
No, a ver algo por aquí se puede coger. Estas son cartas. Tiene que haber un objeto que se tiene que poder coger.
Mortimer's conference is successful. French forces on the North American continent could literally change the
no,
balance of
es que lo que te
competing
digo.
armies.
O hay algo que se
I
puede
don't
coger o no hay
understand why
nada.
Washington would let it happen. There. Those are the nails I was looking for.
Los clavos, ¿ves?
I noticed they were old and rusty, but I hadn't noticed these traces of... Could that be blood? Is it really the relic of the Holy Cross? I can hardly believe it. Looks like obsidian or onyx. It must weigh a ton. What on earth could that be?
Vale, dudo que haya más cosas por aquí. Están repartidas por el mapa. Son todo papeles. Espérate esto.
A Van Leeuwenhoek microscope? The most sophisticated microscope there is. When I think of the difficulty the Order had in getting hold of one of these...
Y esto era 6466.
All right, come on, let's get out of here.
¿Ves?
6466,
Lo que
if I
hice en el
remember
directo.
correctly.
Vale, vamos a ver esto de quién es. Esto es de la Emily esa, ¿no? Que murió. Vamos a entrar a ver. Es que no sé si es de ella.
Ah, Louis. Glad you're here.
Blasted. He's gonna talk about my mother.
Come and see what I've found. There are pieces of paper in the ashes of the chimney. Someone's been burning something here.
Incredible. He doesn't seem to want to speak to me about what happened between my mother and the Hillsborough sisters.
Show me a little.
Look, it's possible to distinguish two different writing styles.
The rest of the correspondence between my mother and Emma.
Someone tried to burn an exchange of messages. I'm certain. There must be more.
Shit. What on earth is he doing?
I see. I know what it's about.
Do you know who was doing their communicating in this room?
Yes, but of course we must keep it to ourselves, because it is still a sensitive matter. Volner and Elizabeth had an affair. Volner hinted that he found a way to remain discreet about it. I admit it is ingenious.
Well, I would never have guessed.
Delighted to have helped, but I still have to find my mother.
Of course. We shall see each other later in that case.
I wasted enough time. The Bible.
La Biblia... Vale. Es esto, lo que usamos aquella vez para para descifrar aquella cosa. Vale, la Biblia la tenemos, ¿no? Y falta una cosa, es decir, lo he encontrado, esto lo he encontrado de potra. Me quería meter a ver si en la habitación de la Elizabeth había algo, pero no es esta. Así que tampoco... Vale, y falta una esfera armilar. Falta la esfera, vale. Vamos a ir entrando en las habitaciones. Pues seguramente en las habitaciones hay algo. Ya que Espero aquí no nos van a dejar entrar. Bueno, no creo que haya nada. Napoleón Bonaparte. A ver, lo que hemos estado, ya hemos estado en su habitación varias veces y no tiene nada que podamos coger, sino notas. Vamos a ver si está. No, pero no hay nada tampoco. Aquí ya hemos estado. Este es el del cura, ¿no? Manuel Godoy. No, en este estuvimos. Y no tenía nada tampoco. Nada más que papeles. Ya está nuestra habitación. Esta es del cura. George Washington. Ya hemos estado antes. ¿De quién es? Vale, la de Emily. Don't stop me now. Vale, vamos a ver. Vale. ¿Esto de quién es?
Dear Mr.Felixpr, I have no space left. I'll retrieve it later.
El ejército de Perú. A ver. Está de Napoleón. Tampoco. Porque no había nada, es decir, ya hemos visto varias habitaciones y no había nada. La Hillbrow está...
Duke Manuel Godoy.
Mira, aquí, pero vamos. Por mirar, ¿sabes? Vamos a ver. Algo se puede coger. Esto lo voy a coger. Agua del Carmen. Esto tal. Y en eso puede entrar. Esta habitación de la pava esta, de la Emily. Pues nada más que se me ocurre aquí, pero es que aquí ya hemos estado, ¿no? Es decir... Ah, bueno, esta, espérate. Aquí hemos estado. Nos hemos dado otra... Bueno, no sé si hemos estado, me da a mí que no, porque no he visto el nombre. A lo mejor hemos estado y no me he dado cuenta, pero vamos, hemos dado vueltas a todas las habitaciones, yo creo, y no me suena. No, aquí en esta sala no hemos estado. Más que nada por eso, porque me suena.
The alchemist is an old man.
Vale, ¿y qué? Vale. Ahí va. Me voy a despedir ya, chicos. Cojo el otro mando este y lo pongo a cargar en esto. Ahí. Vamos a ver. Listo. Esto lo abrimos ya en su momento.
An armillary sphere. Perfect. That will save me some time.
Voy a estar a la
I
espera.
only hope that he isn't going to realize it right away. Ah, por aquí la cripta ya tenemos todo, es decir... Lo más gracioso es que el de la Biblia lo hemos encontrado de pura casualidad. Porque me he metido en la habitación esa pensando que era la de la Emily y resulta que no. Pero bueno. Bien. En el museo sí me he metido, la verdad, en el que está donde hemos movido la cabeza. Porque digo, a ver, había un montón de objetos ahí. Cuando estaba viendo antes el directo, digo, a lo mejor alguno hay.
Vale.
So, good. You've managed to gather all the keys.
Yes, that's right. I have everything. What should I start with?
Place the Clement III cross on the console. Then you have to put the nails on the disc of the door.
Allí. Vale, pues
All right, my turn now.
Go ahead. Impress me. I'll shut up and let you concentrate.
Vale, la cruz. Hemos puesto la cruz, ¿no? Y ahora he dicho después que de poner la cruz, pues vengamos aquí, pongamos los clavos. A ver, analizar el
Fresco clearly shows the birth of Christ.
Louis, I can assure you that that is not the solution to this enigma. This fresco's only purpose is to mislead. I know that now. Please, focus on another theme about Christ.
We'll have to trust her.
Vale.
Yes, it's definitely a representation of the birth of Christ, but some of the details have flaked away. I can't see any other clues. One thing is for sure, this enigma deals with the life of Jesus, like my mother said. If Mortimer deliberately set a trap by showing the birth of Christ, then maybe the solution is the contrary. The death of Christ in that case? You could see that the paint has come off in parts. Difficult to see what was there, but I can distinguish the letters N-R-I. Nothing more. Why, of course, they're part of the initials I-N-R-I that you can find on the cross of Jesus at his crucifixion.
Que INRI significaba en latín Jesús de Nazaret, rey y judíos. Jesús de Nazaret, rey de los judíos.
Why, of course, I-N-R-I. Jesus Nazarenus Rex Eudorum. These initials stand for Jesus the Nazarene, King of the Jews. This is the inscription which appears on the cross at the crucifixion of Jesus.
Vale, vamos a ver. Ahí está la puerta completa.
It looks like there are 3 types of inscriptions. These towns have one thing in common. They're all related to the life and death of Jesus. For example, Jordan is the place of the baptism of Christ. There are 3 styles of writing, and I've got 3 nails. There must be a link. I must surely put in 1 nail per category. Clearly, we have names of towns, Arabian numerals, and Roman numerals.
Vale. Vamos a introducir los clavos, a ver. Números romanos. A ver, yo creo que podría ser la verdad por las zonas en las que pasó Jesucristo y demás. Sí, pues, también en la verdad yo me leí en su momento la Biblia Golgota de seguro. Golgota. O pasó por esa regla, por ahí básicamente sucedieron algunas cosillas y tal. Puede estar dentro de eso. A ver, vamos a ir mirando porque hay muchos puntos, ¿sabes? Y tampoco se sabe cuáles exactamente. Es decir, el siglo XIX, vale, puede ser. Y después, a ver, voy a mirar aquí. Los
This
libros.
exegesis contains comments from Judas on the different Gospels. It only
Claro, quiero
contains
mirar.
certain chapters and verses, and the chapters are indicated by Roman numerals. The lexicon refers to different chapters and verses from the exegesis of Judas. Chapter 19,
Versículo
verse 17.
17.
Jesus was crucified on the 8th of Nisan, 3793, in a place near Jerusalem. The Romans put a crown of thorns on his head.
Vale. Glosario de las ubicaciones. A ver, ¿dónde era? A ver, temáticas.
Chapter 14, verse 22. On the 7th of Nisan, 3793, Jesus shared his Last Supper in the Cenacle in Jerusalem. Chapter 14, verse 22.
Versículo 22.
And as they did eat, Jesus took bread and blessed and broke it, and gave to them and said, "Take, eat. This is my body." And he took the cup, and when he'd given thanks, he gave it to them, and they all drank of it. Chapter 1, verse 9. Jesus was baptized by John in Jordan on the 9th of Hesvan, 3852.
Vale. Volver al Rosario, salir. Voy a ver. Introducir los clavos. Vale. Yo creo que va a ser el 17. Mira, ves, justo. Es decir, estaban hablando del 17, cosa que aparecía dentro del INRI. Por eso mira INRI 17.
It works.
Well done, Louis. I hadn't seen those other wheels. Try connecting the theme to see if it goes all the way.
Vale. Analizar. Los clavos están. Analizar las ruedas interiores.
There must surely be a connection between the wheels. This wheel contains several symbols made up of one or two figures and one letter. The highest figure does not exceed 31, and each letter corresponds to a month of the year. A for April, and M for March. I think these symbols must represent a specific date.
A ver,
There are different icons on this wheel, but it looks like some of them can't be connected to the other wheels. I think I can make out each one of the icons apart from the one covered in blood. Going clockwise from the one I just mentioned, we have the halo that represents the resurrection.
Vale, la resurrección le
The waves
representa.
represent the baptism of Jesus. It's
Vale.
more difficult to identify the next one. Maybe a crib, and in that case it's surely linked to the birth of Christ. The red
Le
herring
cortó
that
la
the mother
mano
found.
esto de aquí.
Then, the symbol represents the crown of thorns that Jesus wore during his crucifixion. The dove also represents the baptism. Certainly another red herring. Then comes the symbol of the Trinity. And finally, the candle that must stand for the Last Supper.
Vale. Volvemos de principal. Vale, voy a moverla. La puerta. Examinar el mecanismo.
Look at this. There are notches between each of the wheels. So, I have to link the name of the town from the theme I've chosen to an icon, then to a date, and finally, the date to the moon.
Vale, hasta ahí bien. Todo esto correcto. Pero claro, es lo que digo, es decir, no tiene sentido. Vale. Porque a ver, analizar rueda de luna,
This
vamos
wheel
a ver.
represents the different moon. In the occult sciences, we represent the full moon by an X. As for the dark moon, called the new moon, in cults, it's often associated with something harmful.
Vamos a probar el aparato este.
Seventh of Shaban, 607, first quarter.
Vale, 8 de
13th of
Ramadán.
Shaban,
A ver.
607, waxing gibbous.
Vale. No tiene pinta. A ver, vamos a ver. Vale. Los iconos, a ver, yo creo que va a ser los clavos, ¿no? De Jesucristo. Se pusieron en su momento. A ver, el 8A de seguro. El 8A de seguro porque fue básicamente en la fecha en la que pasó lo de la mierda esta, de que murió y todo eso. Entonces yo creo que eso es de seguro. Y los clavos también, obviamente, porque no va a ser la corona de espinas, obviamente. A ver, lunas.
Let's see what combination corresponds to the chosen theme.
Vale. Manipular. A ver. La sangre cayó para el lado derecho, si os fijáis. La sangre tiene que estar ahí, obviamente. Yo creo que así podría estar, porque los clavos me cuadran. Vamos a ver. A mirarlo porque... A ver. Aquí. A ver, el 8A, ¿vale? Que es este de aquí. Es la fecha en la que pasó todo. Los clavos, ¿vale? La fecha en la que fue. Y después la sangre estaba aquí, pero tiene que venir para acá. Entonces yo creo que es así, no estoy seguro. Vamos a jugárnosla. Si sale bien, bien. Si sale mal y nos cortan la mano, pues mala
I can
suerte.
feel the lever at the bottom.
Good luck.
Me la juego, me la juego. Que salga lo que Dios quiera.
I never doubted you, my son.
Pues mira, sale bien. Vale, ¿esto qué es? Vale, este se ha acabado. Punta de lanza. normas de conducta decente, ciencia, lógica, distracción, política, lingüística, ocultismo, inquisición, erudición. No, este ya lo tenemos. Pues este ocultismo.
I sense that Mr. Peru is about to surprise us too.
I believed in him. I followed him to the best of my ability. I championed his ideas, defended his decisions, and then, without even realizing it, I became lost.
Now that I've told you everything, you want to take my place, do you? No. I am Emily. You are wasting your time. Louis knows very well how to tell us apart.
Someone had the bang coming from the Duchess's room, and she isn't answering.
Louis, you really must learn to conceal your weaknesses better, if you don't want your foes to use them against you.
Our desire is to steer the destiny of our respective countries for the good of all, and to no longer suffer the random hazards of history.
It is the natural order of things, Monsieur de Richet. There have always been men who govern other men. That is simply the way it is.
History forgets them with a disconcerting facility. No one speaks about them, and yet they whisper in the ears of kings and presidents.
Ostras.
But where are we?
I don't know, but we better not hang around. Be careful, Mother. As if me saying that will make any difference. Knowing Mortimer, I wouldn't be surprised if he rigged his crypt with traps.
So you think the door is not enough?
Do you want to wager your other hand?
You've got a point there. We have to find that weapon. What do you know about the Holy Lance, Louis?
The what?
The Lance of Longinus the Centurion.
Con la que pincharon a Jesucristo. Ya sé.
Yes. The centurion that pierced the side of Christ with his lance. That weapon naturally became a holy relic.
Exactly.
Seriously? You don't really believe that fable, do you?
Every fable is founded on true events. I'm not saying that everything adds up, but imagine if it really did exist.
Very well. Now what?
Well, now you know what you need to find.
Pardon?
I have to get to the wharf to prepare our departure. Let's get off this cursed island as quickly as we can. We shall come back when we are ready and armed.
But hang on.
Louis, let's first get to safety. We shall come back when we have the upper hand. Fear not. You take care of getting the lance. It's imperative. I'll take care of preparing our departure.
Hang on. At least tell me everything you know about this lance.
But I have never seen it. There's nothing else I can say, Louis. Well, you can always go snooping around Mortimer's study. I remember seeing paintings of Longinus there.
Sí.
Hang on a second.
What's the matter?
Why did you shoot Emily's sister?
Do you really think now is the right time for this?
I want to know, Mother. Why did you betray her?
Listen, Louis. I don't think you've really understood my interest in the Al-Azif. It's not just simple curiosity about some old relic.
You tried to kill her.
And I had no choice, for crying out loud. It must not fall into the hands of the demons, or we are all doomed, don't you see? Listen, I don't know exactly what it contains, but I prefer to be one step ahead. If they want it, there must be a reason. And even if I don't know what it is, I want to stop them for safety's sake, no matter what.
Nothing will stop you if I understand correctly.
Enough, Louis. If you could see the extent of their power as I do, then you would understand what I'm saying.
All right, we'll do it your way.
One more thing. If they find you in possession of the lance, they won't let you get away with it. Choose only one and hide it under your jacket so you don't get caught with it. Then run and meet me on the wharf.
And if I get caught?
If they catch you in possession of the lance, we're all doomed. Do you understand?
Perfectly.
Good. And go talk to Piaggi. He's the one who probably knows the most about this.
Vale. Vamos a seguir por aquí adelante, a ver. Flipa, estos grandes.
Flavius Aetius. It was cut a long time ago. You can tell by the rough hacks of the tool and the patina of the stone. This sarcophagus is very ancient. I'd say it's several centuries old.
Vale, vamos a ver. Una cruz ahí muy bonita, por cierto. Y pero esto es grandísimo, hermano. ¿Esto qué es?
I can see this lance has a spear shape, it is copper rimmed, and it has been engraved with the symbol of the Christian fish on the tip. This lance has a leaf shape. It is copper rimmed. The symbol of the Christian fish is engraved on the tip. This lance has a leaf shape. It is copper rimmed. The symbol of the Christian fish is engraved on the tip.
Vale, no, esta no creo que sea. Es decir, ¿hay más o no hay más? Vale. A ver.
I can see this lance has a spear shape. It is copper rimmed, and it has been engraved with the symbol of the Christian
Es que
fish
creo
on
que
the
es
tip.
esta. La otra me parece muy simple.
There's several spearheads. I need to find clues to pick the right one. Piaggi knows something about it for sure. The sarcophagus of Lord Mortimer.
Lord Mortimer.
It's the only sarcophagus in this crypt which appears to bear the Mortimer family name. What ancestor can it be? There's no inscription. Let's see what we can find here. It's far too heavy. I'm not going to be able to do it on my own.
La verdad es que Lord Mortimer es un demonio. Es decir, ahí se acaba de descubrir. forma, mira todos los sarcófagos que hay por ahí. Vale, vamos a ver. Dice que hablemos con el cura. Vamos a ver al cura. Es más, por aquí no se puede subir a... Por aquí se puede subir. Me quito de dar toda la vuelta. A ver. Un segundo, chicos, chicos, vamos a cortar el directito, voy a comer. Después intentaremos seguir. Venga, espero os haya gustado, dad like, compartid, suscribiros si no estáis. Y nos vemos en el próximo vídeo. Adiós.